What's going on, people? You already know who it is. It's GBP baby. Today is the 28th of April 2023. It's Friday. It's 8:29 p.m. here in England, and we have 1 hour 30 left of the week. And I have to say, this Friday has been interesting. Again, if you watched yesterday's video, I made quite a short video. I explained how I wasn't being very predictive, but I wanted to see, I did want to see this high get taken out. My bias in terms of expecting this buy side to get taken hasn't necessarily changed. However, with it being Thursday, so yeah, we'll just get straight into it. I'm gonna put out the markings that I believe I made in yesterday's video. This was a big part of that. In the 50% level of this. But yeah, today's been very bullish for GBP. Euro's been doing its own thing. Well, or maybe GBP is one that's doing its own thing. We'll take a look. But yeah, I'm just gonna run through basically just today's action, man. It's been a bit crazy. So I marked out this. When did I mark out this? Was this on Wednesday? I think I marked this out on Wednesday. I'm gonna be a lot more on point next week, especially with the markets hopefully, you know, kicking back into action. But I marked this out, this fair value gap, 50% level. I wanted to see price. I wanted to see this act as support. As long as this acted as support, I was expecting higher prices running into this, and I did have my eye on this high for a while. So I am gonna mark them out now as buy side. So yeah, today, yesterday we fell, and then into Friday we was trading back into this fair value gap again. But you can see price managed to, price managed to stay above the 50% level again, showing support. And then we had this massive expansion higher, ripping out these highs here and here, which is nice to see. And what's also interesting, I can see here the 25% level seems to have acted as support as well. Honestly, when I'm marking out these charts, I'm learning at the same time as you guys. So me recognizing this, I'm surprised at seeing this price action, but it's almost another example of the charts tipping their hand. So here, when we dip down, we dip to the 50% level. And then here when we dip down, we dip to the 25% level, and then we had the expansion. So that's quite interesting to me. There's not much more for me to say on that. I am aware that the 50% level, the 25% level, and the 75% level, which would be here, do act as significant areas for price to refer to in a fair value gap. There's a video by ICT where he explains the anatomy of a fair value gap, and he makes it clear that you need to split it into 4 sections. But seeing how price traded down into this quarter, traded higher, and then traded into the higher quarter, and then traded aggressively higher, that's something I haven't actually seen before. But maybe I'm probably going to go out in my charts after this video and try and see if I can find similar price action, because that's quite interesting to me. So yeah, we traded higher, very aggressively. This was the high which I had marked out yesterday, saying that I would like to see price trade to it. I wasn't really anticipating it doing it today necessarily. This was one of the most bullish days of the week, as you can see, very aggressive. But yeah, there's not really much more to say. Like, again, it's one of those Fridays I think where price just carries on spewing out. There's been multiple Fridays sometimes where the week will be very consolidated how it was, and then Friday will just have a huge expansion, and price will seem to just keep going and going and going and going and running to a certain level, which is what we've seen today by the looks of things. And yeah, we're going to take a look at Euro now. Yeah, I will come back to GBP in a bit, but let's just have a look at Euro. I am aware that Euro was doing something totally different to what GBP was doing. And what we are going to do is we're going to find out why, or who was actually behaving, because they should be in correlation with each other really. So this is Friday. As you can see, Euro is very messy. I guess we did have expansions the same way, but this big movement down that Euro's made, this big expansion down that Euro's made, taking out these lows, you know, it shows a weakness which GBP just simply wasn't showing. So in order for us to figure out who was actually working correctly, we do need to compare it to the USD, but we'll do that in a second. Let's look at the daily and have a look. Right. So we can see price has referred to this order block multiple times now. This daily order block. And so we see it return to here, and then we have an expansion. And then we saw this again here today. But you can see price straight away push back up. So you can see that this order block is acting as support. And obviously if we are bullish, order block should be acting as support, as in these shouldn't be broken, and that's what we're seeing here, which is tipping our hand at higher prices. Considering this is a Friday and we had this action as well, that's more reason to believe that we are expecting higher prices. But I'm not going to get too much into what I'm thinking for next week yet, because Sunday I'm going to do a full week review and tell you what my expectations are on next week. But yeah, let's compare Euro, today's Euro action to GBP's Euro action and dollars action, because I do believe there are some significant differences. Right. So when dollar makes this higher high, yeah, when dollar makes this higher high and Euro makes this lower low, GBP should make this lower low, but it does not. And when I see price like this, it allows me to figure out, to note it, to recognize certain market sentiment. So we can see Euro making this lower low shows weakness. So this shows that Euro is willing to go lower, and this shows that dollar is willing to go higher, but GBP is not willing to go lower. And because Euro and dollar are the ones which are working together here in correlation as they should be, it suggests that GBP is going to have to play catch up. This is known as the Six Sister approach. ICT has spoken about this. It's basically just divergence. I will make a separate video on it and explaining it in more clarity. But basically what I'm saying is that I would expect now GBP to have to catch up with Euro's weakness, purely because Euro's the one that's been behaving in line with dollar. So that's the likely narrative to continue. So I'll say that again. So Euro's made lower low, dollar's made a higher high, but GBP's refused to make a lower low. Euro and dollar are the ones in correlation, so they're the ones showing where the market sentiment lays, and because of that, GBP is going to have to pay it's going to have to do the work to catch up with that. But like I said, I'll have a full market review out on Sunday of what I think for the rest of the week. I don't want to get into too much detail, but I'm gonna keep this one short. So is there anything else I wanted to say? Let's have a look at this low that was made here. Is that even a significant low? Right, we'll jump up to the 4 hour. Let's have a little look. But you can even see in the markets like the difference, how significantly different they are. This is when you know it's not good trading conditions, when correlated markets aren't correlated. Like it's pretty much tipping its hand saying like, look here, like stay away. So let's just have a look at how these lows got taken on Dixie, if any. So dollar didn't take out this low here. We can see GBP clearly took out that high, and euro struggled. Did euro struggle? Yes, euro struggled, just about traded above that swing high, just about. So with this taken all into account, again, it's supporting the idea that euro and dollar are on the same page, whereas GBP is clearly in its own world doing its own thing, which is why it's going to likely have to play catch up next week, I'm imagining. I'm not going to give any more biases in this video because obviously you'll see all that in the review on Sunday for my weekly expectations. Let me drop down to GBP, back to GBP, and just go over what was said. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. I do plan on making a video on correlation and stuff. Intermarket. What is it? I guess it's SMT divergence. Yeah, I plan on making a video on SMT divergence soon, so I'm not going to get too much into that. But let's look at back at euro. Yeah, we clearly took out this south side, so I would expect buy side to get targeted next. Let's not say too much. And yeah, I am definitely going to look into this kind of price action. The way pound pushed up so heavily today compared to euro as well, crazy to me. Maybe there was a news release actually, we should check. Let me double check. Won't take me a minute. Yeah, there was no news release for the UK. There was European news releases though. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Catch me back on Sunday when I'll do a full market review of the week, and I'll start giving out my expectations and what I want to see happen this week. Thank you guys for watching. You know how it is. This has been GBP, baby. Stay safe.